I'm out riding this bicycle rails to trails ride. I'm in Mammoth Cave National Park in Kentucky, and it says steep grade ahead. I'm telling you, that is really steep right there. Well, I'm having a hoot out here. It's just been a ball so far. Really nice manicured trail out here. It used to be an old railroad bed, but I think some of it is really not on the old railroad bed because the train can't climb that. There's no way. So, but it's still pretty cool trail. This is really cool here. Little pond here. There's a boardwalk. Boardwalk goes around the pond. I was going to try to hold this camera and video while riding, and I don't think that's advisable. I think I better not do that. I'm just catching up on the history of this railroad bed that I'm riding on, and I am definitely on the railroad bed right now. Anyway, here's a little thing telling you about the history of the railroad and also of this house that used to be right out there, and the hearth is still there. This railroad was built in 1886, by the way. It was called from what this says there, it says it was called the Mammoth Cave Railway, and it ran from Park City to the cave. And that's exactly what I'm riding today on my bicycle. I'm riding from the cave to Park City and then back later on. Well, this is interesting. The railroad's right behind me, and there's a steam locomotive that ran on that, by the way. And right out there is another cave, and there was a hotel out there. And here's a picture of it right there. If that ain't something. Anyway, the cave is out there. It's called Proctor's Cave, and the thing down there says it's not open to the public, so I guess it's out there somewhere. Well, I've ridden the entire Mammoth Cave National Park Railroad Bed Trail, and I don't know, it was about 10 miles according to my odometer. And the trail went off in the woods down there and come out to here, and I guess this is the official end of it. And I don't like riding on pavement, so I'm gonna ride it back on the gravel, by God. This has been a hoot. Well, me and my wife Debbie have ridden several rails to trails over the years. Some of them pretty daggum long, and they have been marvelous. Nobody out here running me over or anything. And I quit riding pavement on my motorcycles years ago, and I pretty much quit on my bicycles. This is so much more fun for me anyway. It's just been great out here. I have to say, and I've ridden all the way across Missouri on a railroad bed. That was like 270 miles, something like that. I have to say, this was 10 miles one way, and this has been the most entertaining, because you're just up and down hills all the time, up and down and curves, and when you're on a railroad bed, not so much, but when you get off of it a lot. And there's a steep grade right here. It's going to be kind of a challenge. I've had to put maximum effort into my legs going up some of these hills. Then you go whee down the other side. Starting to warm up a little bit. I've got quite a few clothes on. I may be taking some of it off. Anyway, I'm heading back to Mammoth Cave campground. Heading north, so off I go. Looks like I got a hill climb. If I do it one-handed or not, probably not. Chicka 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 chicka. What we have here is a failure taking indicates. I guess I'll be leaving the Mammoth Cave National Park now, but it was an awesome ride today. Awesome ride. When I left the house, when I was getting ready to leave, I put my Honda in here and I put my KTM dirt bike over there, and I thought, you know what, I think there might be some good bicycle riding down that way, and they was. So anyway, I'm gonna load things back up and head maybe to Tellico Plains, Tellico Plains, Tennessee.